Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So now we move to chapter 8, transport system. So under this chapter, there are 3 subtopics. The first one is about mammalian heart and its regulation. The second one is the human lymphatic system. And the third one is the transport in plants. We move to subtopic 1 first, mammalian heart and its regulation. We are going to learn about the transport system in humans. Humans have a closed circulatory system. Also known as a cardiovascular system, in which blood circulates in a continuous system of the blood vessels. These circulatory systems consist of heart, vessels, including arteries, veins, and capillaries, and blood. There are 2 types of closed circulation system: single circulation and double circulation. Our circulatory system involves double circulation. So what is the difference between single circulation and double circulation? Single circulation, where blood passes through the heart once only in each circulation, for example in fish. Double circulation, where blood passes through the heart twice in each circulation, for example in birds and mammals. So for the double circulation, we can divide into 2. Pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. For the pulmonary circulation, it happens when the right side of the heart, this one, the right side of the heart, pumps the oxygenated blood to the lung. It will pump to the right lung and also to the left lung. Then after gases exchange occurs, oxygenated blood from the lungs will return to the heart at the left side. Then from the left side of the heart will pump oxygenated blood to the whole body. Then after gases exchange occurs, deoxygenated blood from the whole body will return to the heart. We look to the structure of heart. The human heart is a hollow muscular organ about the fist size and shaped like an inverted cone. So when you look here, this is the inverted cone. The shape of the heart is like an inverted cone and just a fist size. Fist size, it means that besar penumbuk sahaja. The heart is surrounded by a 2-layered membranous sac called the pericardium. The non-elastic nature of the pericardium prevents the heart from being overstretched due to overfill of blood. Then, when we make the cross-section of the wall of heart, there are 3 layers of the wall of heart. So, including the endocardium, the myocardium. Myocardium actually is the cardiac muscle, and the epicardium. The cavity of the heart is divided into 4 chambers. The first one is called the right atrium. The first chamber is the right atrium. Then the second chamber is the right ventricle. Right ventricle. The third chamber is the left atrium, and the fourth chamber is the left ventricle. So there are 4 chambers in the cavity of the heart. The right and left side of the heart is separated by a septum. Okay, so they separate the right and the left side of the heart. The outer wall of the ventricle is actually thicker than the outer walls of the atria. Okay, so why? So please find out. Okay, so for the direction of blood, okay, flow in the heart is controlled by the atrioventricular valve. Okay, to ensure a one-way flow. Of the blood. On the right side, so this one, the right side of the heart. On the right side, it have the tricuspid valve. Okay, and the left side, it have the bicuspid valve. Okay, so this valve is control the flow of the blood in the heart to ensure only one-way flow. This structure show you the tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve. The difference between the tricuspid and the bicuspid valve is for the bicuspid, it contains the 2 left lead, while for tricuspid, it contains 3 left lead. The location of the tricuspid is between the right atrium and right ventricle. While for the bicuspid, is located between the left atrium and left ventricle. One of the unique characteristics of the heart is its ability to contract and relax alternately in a non-stop rhythmic pattern. Each cycle of contraction and relaxation of the heart is called one beat of the heart. Under normal condition, the rate of heartbeat in humans is about 72 times per minute. Heartbeat is controlled by intrinsic conduction system that initiate the heartbeat and by the extrinsic control, okay, to modify the heart rate. Intrinsic conduction system involve SA node or sinoatrial node, AV node, atrioventricular node, bundle of his, and Purkinje fibers. SA node is a group of special cardiac muscle cells, also known as a pacemaker. The location of SA node is at upper wall of right atrium. Okay, so near superior vena cava. Okay, so here at upper wall of right atrium, and function for SA node is to generate impulse of the heart. Okay, set the rate and timing for cardiac muscle to contract. Well, for AV node has a small diameter than SA node. Location, lower part, okay, of right atrium. So this is the right atrium. So when you look here, AV node is lower than the SA node. So location of AV node is lower part of right atrium. Okay, between the right atrium and the right ventricle. Okay, so this one, the right atrium, okay, this the right atrium. This area, this one adalah right atrium. This one is the right ventricle. Function of AV node is to receive impulse from SA node. So it will receive the impulse from SA node. Conduct impulse slowly to delay impulse, okay, shortly before send it to bundle of His. Initiation of heartbeat is a start by the SAN. So this is the SAN, sinoatrial node, generate the impulse. And then this impulse will spread, okay, spread to both atria, the right atrium and also the left atrium, okay, and causing the atria, the both atria to contract. Then impulse will reach to AVN or atrioventricular node. AVN conduct impulse more slowly. It will delay the flow of impulse for a moment, about 0.1 second. This is because to allow both atria to complete their contraction and empty their blood into ventricles. Impulse from AVN then spread to bundle of His. Okay, so here the bundle of His. Then reach to heart apex, then to the Purkinje fibers, then spread to both ventricle, causing both ventricle to contract. Now we move to subtopic 8.2, human lymphatic system. In this human lymphatic system, I will describe the pathway of lymph from tissue to blood circulatory system, and to describe the transport of lipids from small intestine into bloodstream. Lymphatic system is a second circulatory system, has branch but dead end capillaries. It consists of lymphatic vessels, lymphatic fluid or lymphs, and also the lymphatic tissues or organ, and these organ include bone marrow, tonsil, thymus, lymph nodes, and spleen. Lymphatic system is a system of finely branched vessels. The finest of these vessels are called lymphatic capillaries. Okay, so the green color is the lymphatic capillaries, and these lymphatic capillaries are very fine and like blood capillaries. So when you look here, okay, one of the example, so very fine and like blood capillaries, okay, have wall with only one layer of cells. However, they differ from blood capillaries in the sense that one end is closed and the other end is connected to the larger lymphatic duct. Okay, so lymphatic capillaries is the finest vessel, and those that are larger are called right lymphatic duct, and the largest lymphatic duct is the thoracic duct. So the pathway of lymph from tissue to blood circulatory system. So this figure show you when the high blood pressure, okay, in the atrial, so this is the atrial, the high blood pressure in the atrial will force the blood plasma to move out from the cardiovascular system. This fluid is called as interstitial fluid. Okay, so bila kita besarkan, so ini adalah interstitial fluid. Okay, and this interstitial fluid will enter the lymphatic vessel, okay, to form the lymphatic fluid or lymphs. The extra fluid draining from cell and tissue will enter the lymphatic vessel and form the lymphatic fluid or lymphs. Okay, and it will travel, okay, along the lymphatic vessel. When we make the cross section to the lymphatic vessel, it shows that the lymphatic vessels have valve, okay, to ensure the lymphs or lymphatic fluid flows one way toward the heart. It flows into largest vessel, okay, to flow to the largest vessel that called the thoracic duct. And then it returns to blood circulation by entering into the left subclavian vein. So this one, kita panggil dia the left subclavian vein. So this is the structure of the subclavian vein. Okay, at the left, okay, this side is the left and the right. So from the largest lymphatic ducts in each part of the body, lymphs or lymphatic fluid is returned to the bloodstream by flowing into the respective subclavian veins. Okay, for example, if a lymph from the right side, okay, it will enter the right lymphatic duct and into the right subclavian vein. So during the process, lymph is sieved and pathogen is removed by phagocytosis in lymph nodes before returning to heart. Okay, when you look this figure, lymph nodes, okay, the structure of lymph nodes. So lymph nodes are the structure that's swelling at specific intervals throughout the main duct. The function of lymph nodes are to produce the white blood cells or leukocytes. Okay, so lymphatic fluids contain white blood cells, and some of which enter the lymphatic capillaries from the tissue fluid, and while the rest are produced in these lymph nodes. The function of lymphatic system is to assist in the return of tissue fluid to blood in the form of lymph or lymphatic fluid. Lymph nodes found along the duct also produce the lymphocytes and filter bacteria as well as other foreign bodies to prevent them from entering the blood. And the lymphatic system also play an important role in the absorption of lipid from intestine and transport it to blood.